All right, everyone. Welcome back to Core World TV. I'm in the 80 Series Land Cruiser. I got Mr. Bear back here. He's sitting on the freshly made rear platform. Actually, I got just the platform done, the base plate with the marine decking, and I've got the fridge mounted right here, as you can see, but I do not have all of it done, but we have made a lot of good progress on it. I'm gonna post some more videos on that once I get everything done on that. So that's gonna be for a later date. But today, I have something to take a break from that with, and it's these right here. These are Pioneer 2.75 inch speakers. The part number is TS-A709. And these speakers are going to replace the small speakers that are inside the dash. And then they also actually fit on the rear roof speakers that are in the area where the third row seats used to be that are up here on the headliner. I'm not gonna do those today. I only got a one pair of them, and these are for the front speakers in the dash, like I said. And then I got these speaker spacers. These are 3D printed. I got these off of Etsy right here, and these are made to mount these speakers in the dash, because the way that the OEM speakers are in there, the mounting positions are just slightly off, about maybe half of an inch, to where you need this little spacer right here to make it work. So let's hop in the front and let's put these speakers in and start jamming out. All right, everyone, so we are in the front passenger side of the Land Cruiser. This is the location for the passenger side dash speaker. Right here at the very bottom, there's a small Phillips head screw right up underneath here. I've already got it removed, so after you do that, you're just literally gonna take the panel and just kind of twist it like this and get these little pop tabs on the side, and it drops right out. Here's the factory speaker location. Just two small Phillips. Right here, we are gonna reuse these, so do not discard these. These are going to be reused. So we're just gonna take these out, and then the speaker is here. And look at that. This is a 30-something-year-old speaker, and it is just falling apart. It does, in fact, still work, surprisingly, but the cone is just, I mean, it's just paper mache, like nasty. So, and then to undo the connector, you go right here. You just kind of pinch the sides of these, and it lifts out. It doesn't slide out, you lift it out, and it comes out like that. So here is the factory speaker. It's a 4 ohm, 2 whole watts. So these Pioneers are gonna be quite the upgrade, because these are, I wanna say I think they're 450 watt max, the replacement speakers that were going in. So quite the upgrade from this. Let's get these in here. All right, everybody, so here is the new Pioneer speaker right here. So let's just put these side by side together. Same exact size, but obviously a much better speaker all around. Look at the difference in the size of the magnet on the bottom. Much, much better. So to install this, we are going to need, I've got 2 sets of wire connectors here that I'm gonna use so Pioneer gives you this really nice harness that's already got a capacitor built into it. These 2 leads are gonna go to the speaker itself, since they already have the correct size fitting. So what I'm gonna do with these connectors on the back is slice this wire off of this connector right here and use these to go in here. So just real quick, if you don't know how to do steps like this, then maybe don't work on your car. This is just basic positive, negative kind of stuff here, guys. Super simple. But we're gonna make a video on it anyways, because I haven't seen any on the interwebs, so I figured I'd be the guy. So we're just gonna go right here. I'm gonna use the big side on this one right here. Let's crimp that. I like using these kind of connectors because it's not like a butt connector where whenever you connect it, if you ever need to disconnect it, you just have to redo the wire every single time. This way, if I ever have to take the dash out for any reason, I will at least have these connectors in place to where I can literally just pop it out. And technically, I guess you could just pop it off with the connector that goes to the back of the speaker, but I mean, whatever. I don't really ever have a ton of butt connectors laying around anyway, so it's just kind of, these are just what I like to use on most of my stuff. So positives, the big one's gonna go on the positive right here. We're gonna connect this guy right there. And then we're gonna connect the negative there. And then as far as this goes, I don't know which one of these is the positive or negative. So we're just gonna cut it off and plug it in and guess, because there's really only one way to get it right. You either have positive on positive or backwards or whatever. And if they're backwards, it just won't work. So we'll just switch them if they don't. We'll figure it out as we go. I'm going to bet though that the positive is probably gonna be the blue. I don't know. Place your bets right now if you're on Prize Picks, over and under for what you think this one is right here. We're gonna just go in right here like that. Get that crimped up. Get this one crimped up. Right there, we're good. So now what I wanna do on this is mount this spacer. So the spacer, you're gonna wanna put the wires through the spacer, make it go over the speaker like this. Oops, hang on. Let me bend these out of the way a little bit. You gotta bend them so you can fit the speaker spacer on it. Okay, well, okay. How are we gonna do this? It's a little snug of a fit right here. I don't wanna be too rough with this 3D printed stuff because it's sometimes these things can be brittle. Hang on, let me see how we do this here. Do we do it like this? Let's see. Do we do it like this? I think I do it maybe like this. Let's see. Or maybe like this. No, it definitely doesn't go like that because that kind of runs into it touches the cone. Maybe you go like this and then stick it on there like that. I think you do it like that. Okay, so the 3D printed deal has a concave on this edge right here. So this edge that has this concave little cut, you're gonna put it facing down on the speaker like this, facing down on the speaker, because then it gives the cone room to move. This probably doesn't move a ton, but doing it upside down like this with the concave facing the speaker, it does give it room to move a little bit and at least just not contact it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this part first. We're gonna take speaker on this side. We're gonna get the factory screws that I told you we're gonna use again. We're gonna just kind of lightly fit these into here like this. We can just kind of just barely snug them up. Really good fitment on this spacer, by the way. I'll post a link to the spacer. Like I said, I bought it on Etsy from a place that had lots of really good reviews. So that's all you want with that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so now what we're gonna do, they give you this bag of little screws here, Allen head screws, and I assume that this is for mounting the speaker. Let's see here, and we got a couple of washers here as well. So we're gonna go screw and washer, screw and washer, right there. I'm gonna put the speaker on top right here. And then I'm going to, I don't really like that this is an Allen head on this. I don't really like using Allen key stuff just because it's always so hard to find the freaking Allen key. But I guess from now on, after this is mounted on here, we don't really have to use that. We can just use the two factory Phillips heads to get this in and out, should I ever need to take it out, which I shouldn't, but there'll probably be a time for that one day. Tinkering about with the 80 series. All right, so we got that one started. Got that one started. Let's get this one. Get it nice and centered up. Make sure you keep the speaker kind of eyeball centered it on the little bracket here, the 3D printed bracket. It kind of wants to move around a little bit because the mounting eyes have little slots in them to kind of, they're universal fit. These speakers are meant for Toyota, Chevys, and one other type of vehicle that uses these small 2.75 inch coaxial speakers. So just be aware of that and keep it centered while you're screwing this down. I want to get these pretty snug. I don't want this to rotate and move around in the dash. So they're pretty snug now. So let's use this connector here. So the stripe, the black with the white stripe is gonna be the positive. So like I said, I think that the positive is gonna be the blue one. So let's hook it up right here. I'm going to just hook these up and then turn on the speaker and see if this is the correct orientation before I fully mount it. But here is everything mounted up, if this is correct. I'm gonna see right now. But here is everything mounted up. The bracket fits perfect. It does not contact the grill at all. Perfect alignment with the holes on every single point. Very, very, very good quality mount. So highly recommend this already. So let's turn the car on and see if these work. All right, everyone. So I was actually correct. So the blue wire is in fact the positive and the green wire is in fact the negative. So we have everything hooked up correctly here. Here is the finished product with the new Pioneer. Like I said, it's a Pioneer TS-A709. 4 ohm, you want everything to be matching. I have Focal component, Focal coaxials in the doors with a 1/2 inch spacer on them. And I also have the same Focal speakers in the rear as well. So I'm gonna have these here, and then also I'm gonna get a pair of these for the rear as well. And then I've got my Pioneer, I don't have a Pioneer. It's a Alpine ILX 770 head unit with the Alpine Power Pack amplifier on the back side of it as well. So all the mids and highs in here are amped, and then I have a separate amp for my subwoofer underneath the driver's seat. But this is the finished product here. I'm not gonna do the driver's side. It's the same exact process, but just wanted to do a quick video on these right here and show you guys how good this speaker spacer works and what an upgrade these are, because they already sound really good. I'm not gonna try to put it on video because it's super hard to pick up audio quality on an iPhone or any kind of camera and then transfer it to a YouTube video and all that. But here it is right here. Hope this helps anybody else looking to do this upgrade.